A day after pagers used by Hezbollah members detonated across Lebanon, we are getting reports today that walkie-talkies used by the group have been exploding as well. Now, reports of these explosions today have been heard in Beirut as well as in the south of Lebanon. The country, of course, still reeling from the attacks yesterday, which have been widely blamed on Israel. 12 people have been killed and hospitals struggling to cope with the nearly 3,000 injured. Well, let's cross straight to Beirut on the programme. Rawad Taha is our correspondent. He's with me now. Rawad, what is happening in Lebanon today?
Shortly, within the span of the last 30 minutes, we saw another round of explosions, much bigger than the explosions that Lebanon witnessed yesterday, but less in total number. This is preliminary information, but what we know for a fact is that walkie-talkie devices used by Hezbollah have also exploded simultaneously, roughly around within the span of the last 30 minutes across various areas in Lebanon, mostly in Beirut's southern suburbs and in the south of Lebanon. According to an official security source, the communication devices which are exploding today or which exploded shortly a while ago are different than the pagers which exploded yesterday. However, also, preliminary information indicates that the batch that has exploded today was received within the span of the last 5 months as well, and it is a new batch of walkie-talkie devices. This is all preliminary information of what's going on right now.
And Rawad, I mean, this is really quite a development today, and it comes as Lebanon, of course, is still reeling from what happened yesterday. And as I say, nearly 3,000 people injured, hospitals really struggling to cope already.
Indeed, yes. There is a clear issue of hospitals being at full capacity. Despite the crisis and despite the chaos yesterday, hospitals have managed to treat most of the injured until early morning hours today. A lot of the injuries were sustained in the eyes, directly in the eyes, in the arms, and around the wrist. So basically, wherever the pager device was the main injury. The explosions were very small. However, they were very damaging to the area that was first impacted. So a lot of people lost their hands. A lot of people had issues in their abdomen area and on the wrist. And a lot of people who were holding the pager devices when they exploded have serious issues in their eyes. We're talking about 3,000 injuries as a rough estimate, and over 11 killed in yesterday's wave of explosions. Nothing yet clear on today's wave of explosions of walkie-talkies.
And Rawad, I suppose this development today, these reports that walkie-talkies are exploding as well, will only redouble those questions in Lebanon about when and how these devices that entered the country within the last few months were tampered with.
Exactly. The main question that falls today is when did this tampering happen? Did it happen in the source of origin during manufacturing somewhere outside Lebanon? Did it happen during assembly? Did it happen before delivery? So yes, it is very clear that there is a security breach, very evident, that was evident in the past with the fact that Israel was able to assassinate in precision airstrikes multiple senior commanders of Hezbollah. Back then, Hezbollah shifted from using cell phones and devices that are able to connect to the internet and to GPS to devices which cannot, such as walkie-talkies and the pagers. And the incidents that we saw yesterday and now the wave of walkie-talkies that we're discussing today shows the extent of this security breach of Hezbollah's mode of operation.